we see a lot about your personal life on the show. Noah's on the show, but things seem complicated.
People who follow us think they have a right to know everything that's going on in our lives. The status of our relationship is everyone should mind their own business.
So set the record straight. What is your relationship status today?
We are together, but keeping it offline, and it's just not, obviously it does make things more complicated keeping things offline, but at the end of the day, it's just, there's so much back and forth and trying to build a career and trying to figure out if we're even happy in the paths we're going in, if this is the thing we want to do, or going from seeing each other every day in quarantine and then being so busy and having schedules that we can't align together with was very hard and very difficult. And I just hope people give us grace, because we are 21 and obviously we did have the choice of like putting it on the show, but we do have people who care about us and people who care about our relationship, and we want to share a little bit. And you can't expect us to have all the answers of how to handle this kind of situation properly, because there's no rule book, there's no answer, and like we take it day by day. And
you said you took your relationship offline, but it made things more complicated?
I think so. It definitely just was hard because we obviously want to like show each other off and like have all the cute things. And at the same time, it was just like brought up more confusion and questions. Oh, they're together, they're not together. And it's just like so much, but we just didn't know how to handle it. And we still don't. We're still like, we're not even focusing on that right now or having that discussion of like how we're going to move forward with like posting or if we're going to say anything. And it's just not something that I ever thought I would get into, of having like a public online relationship where people would care about. But it's definitely probably one of the most toughest part of my life that I shared, because at the end of the day, we both want to be our own people as well. And we never want to be Dixie's boyfriend or Noah's girlfriend, because we want to have our own careers and paths. And we wouldn't want to stand in the way of like, if we were to break up, if like I was trying to get a job or he was trying to get a job, and then it would be referred to as Dixie's ex-boyfriend or Noah's ex-girlfriend. And that's just not something either of us wanted.
You look beautiful, and I want to point out this beautiful, wonderful new hairstyle that you're rocking. How is life with this shorter hair?
It's very easy to just get up in the morning and not have to do anything. It's already grown out a lot, and I cut it like 2 weeks ago.
Really? You already feel like it's coming back in?
Yeah, definitely.
Is this something that you think you want to keep up for a while? Do you like miss the old hair, or are you really loving this new style?
Definitely want to get a few more pictures with it, and then I think I'm going to grow it out. Not because I don't like it, I just had its time. I always wanted to do it. I did it, and now on to the next.
You gave it its moment for sure. What is the reaction from like your friends, your fans, your family? What's it been?
I think for the most part, everyone's been very positive about it and loves it, and I'm happy with it. So that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. It's all you. And I want to give you a big virtual hug, because I watched your YouTube video documenting the whole, haircutting experience.
Like, I've been like sad recently, but I don't want to say anything because I don't want anyone to think I'm like having a mental breakdown. I've wanted to do this since like 6th grade.
I mean, it wasn't really connected at all, like why I'm sad and the reason for change. It's kind of like just feeling down, but not like for anything specific. Just like one of those times that you have your ups and your downs. So I was just going through a down time. But I think it was kind of something that I always wanted to do. I would regret it if I didn't. And I just didn't want people to think like she cut her hair because she's sad. It was more like I just so happened to be sad at the same time that I decided to cut my hair.
I have to tell you, I watched that whole video and I was so moved and empowered by it. I was like, you go, Dixie. You do whatever makes you feel better and gives you that confidence. And I am curious, now that you've done it, are you feeling better today?
Yeah, here and there, but definitely more confident, which I'm very happy about.
Amazing. Well, I see all of that confidence in you as a performer, and a huge part of this season 2 of the Demilio Show is following you and your wonderful music career that's been on the uprise.
Keep pulling that, you're pushing me close to the edge. You turn me to a psycho.
I think it's interesting that you and Charlie both make comments in the show about how you want to be taken really seriously as musicians and as entertainers, and not just, like, quote, social media stars. So is that a label that bothers or frustrates you?
Not really, because I think at the end of the day, it's super cool being at the top of something and being like one of the top 10 TikTokers. Like, why wouldn't I embrace that? But at the same time, I don't see why there's any reason someone who started in one place can't go to another. And there's so many people I look up to who have done things like that and made a huge transition from social media to music and becoming like an amazing artist that I really would love to follow in their footsteps one day. Look at people like Shawn Mendes or Justin Bieber, and like even people who go on like singing shows and just start on there and then go on TikTok and then create a fan base through the show, TikTok, and then through their music.
I loved watching season 2 because we really get to see you in the trenches, you know, rehearsing for Jingle Ball, going to the studio, writing music. Now that it seems like your whole focus is really shifted and you're really in it, do you think there's ever going to come a time when you put being an influencer on the back burner and kind of stop making full-time content so you can focus on the music and being an entertainer?
I feel like it all kind of goes together because I wouldn't have my audience without TikTok, and not everyone that follows me on TikTok is gonna like my music or anything else I do. So I can't isolate that group because I'm only focusing on one thing. If I'm posting, I'm working on everything. If I'm working on music, I'm posting. So I
go hand in hand.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, a huge theme that we see here in season 2 is that your sister, Charlie, also has musical aspirations, but it's kind of in secret.
I don't feel ready to tell Dixie about music because this was her thing.
I don't know how she'll react to us not telling her.
Have you watched the episodes back? How did it feel to live with all of that footage?
Like, our lives went on, and I feel like people are gonna try to make something bigger than it is, but we're sisters at the end of the day. We love each other and we are roommates, so nothing is too bad.
Was it more that she's entering a similar space as you, or was it more that it was just like a secret and you're like, I wish you would have come to me as a sister and we could have talked about this?
It was more of just the secret aspect, but I feel like you'll get to be able to see more in the show.
Yeah. And I mean, there's so many famous sisters that have made it both. The Jessica Simpson and Ashley Simpson, Beyonce and Solange, Chloe and Halle Bailey. How do you feel about Charlie joining you in this space and you being able to do this all together?
I mean, I think it's amazing. I feel like we sound very differently. We are interested in different genres and different types of music. Mm-hmm. I think it doesn't really affect each other at all, besides in positive ways where we can support each other.
Yeah, have those conversations and like gut check each other, like creatively. I imagine that it's no one better to talk to than your sister.
Mm-hmm.
The Demilio family are social media sensations. This whole ride has been a roller coaster.
Welcome to season 2.
Thank you for giving us season 2 of the Demilio Show. Are you down for season 3? Do you want to keep sharing your life with your audience?
Definitely. I have a great time doing it. I would love to. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything off limits that you will never put on TV for your fans to see?
I don't think so. Like, nothing's come up where we're like, oh no, don't shoot that.
You're an open book.
Yeah.